Come to the corner! Go to your room! No desert for 1 month for you! I'm gonna throw all your toys away if you continue like this.
As you know very well, if you have an ADHD kid at home, ADHD kids get punished a lot. And that has a few really negative effects. First of all, it really lowers and destroys their self-esteem and their self-worth. But also, very importantly, is that it makes these punishments totally ineffective. In other words, they're so used to going to the corner to getting punished that they're desensitized to it. And that increases your frustration because you're thinking, why don't they change? Well, they don't change because it's their normal state to be punished, and therefore it has no effect on them. So here's what you do. Instead of punishing them, give them chores to do. Clean the bathroom, clean their room, clean the kitchen, clean the floor, so on and so forth. Do the laundry. That has a few wonderful effects. Number one, it gets them to be productive. Number two, it takes away from some of the work for you. And number three, it makes them feel good. Now, why would you want them to feel good about being punished? Well, because you want to teach them what good behavior feels like. So once they've cleaned the floor, for instance, and they come and say, Mom, Dad, I finished cleaning the floor. And you say, good job, buddy. Now Mom or now Dad is not mad at you anymore. You've done your chores. You've done your punishment. I feel very happy with you. Then they feel a sense of pride, a sense of happiness, and that tells them in their mind, I'm a good kid, right? So the consequence for being naughty is them doing something that made them feel good afterwards, and that reinforced the behavior that they want to do more things that make them feel good, and that makes you feel good, and therefore having the positive effect of them being more focused and doing more good things. Make sense? So next time you feel yourself losing control, wanting to yell at your child because they're doing the bad things or the naughty things, remember this. Punishment needs to be a chore. Now, here's one last tip for you. Try to figure out what's going to be the punishment together, and I want them to come with it. So you're going to ask them, what kind of chores should you do when I punish you? Because from now on, I'm going to do my best not to send you to the corner, not to yell too much at you, not to put you in your room, but instead, I'm going to ask you to do chores, and you need to do them. If you don't do them, we're going to add more chores on top of more chores on top of more chores, okay? So what do we start by doing? And then they might try to, sneak out saying, oh, just clean the shoe area. Okay, so clean the shoe area. What else? Okay, clean the dishes. All right, what else? What else? What else? Keep on adding ideas, and it's the punishment that comes from them, and therefore they will own these punishments, right? And therefore they will own their punishment. They know that if they do something naughty, they get that consequence. Now, that's a super helpful way of punishing your child. And I've learned this from a memory champion who learned this from a Navy SEAL. I'm going to link to the video in the description down below. But basically, it gives you or a child total accountability. And what the memory champion said in the video, if I remember properly, is that he had to wake up every day at 7 o'clock to start, or a certain time, to start his memory training. If he woke up at 7:01 or 7:02 to start his memory training, then he had a consequence. For him, the consequence was doing something he hated, and that was taking cold showers or cold bath. And he remembered once he woke up at 7:01 or 7:02 to start. And he went and owned his mistake and did his cold bath. Once he did this, he didn't feel bad about waking up at 7:02 or 7:03 or 7:10. He knew that he had a consequence and he was in peace with that consequence. So therefore, he was in charge of his consequence. And I want your child to also feel in charge of their consequence. It will make them feel more calm, more good, and more peaceful with their consequences. So if that was helpful for you, please go ahead and subscribe and give us a thumbs up. And if you would like to elevate your dad game, your mom game to the next level and help your kids, and you're interested in the Daddyology program, please go ahead. There's a link in the description down below. Simply write us a note, an email, and a member of our team will go ahead and contact you to see if Daddyology is right for you. Cheers and bye for now.